Hello students, today we are going to learn how to use digits to create numbers based on conditions that are given to us. The first question we ask ourselves is, what are digits? And as you can see the cards in front of me, digits are numerals 0 to 9. Now all numbers are made up of digits. For example, 2 and 8 make the number 28. 28 is a two-digit number. Or I could use 4, 9, and 2 and make a number 492. 492 is a three-digit number made up of the digits 4, 9, and 2. So all the numbers in the world are made up of digits. There are 10 digits in the world. Yes, it's 0 to 9. That is 9, but remember 0 is also a digit, and so that gives us 10 digits. Okay, so let us look at our first question, and our first question is, create the smallest even number with the digits 7, 9, 4, and 5. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out these digits that we are supposed to use, 7, 9, 4, and 5. And let me put away the other cards, the digits. Now, if I want to create a 4-digit number, then I would have 4 different place values, the ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. And I basically have to rearrange these cards into these place values. If I want 4 digits, I have these 4 place values. Now, the conditions given to us, there are 2 different conditions. The first one being the smallest, and the second one being I want it to be even. Now when we are given 2 conditions, we do not work on them both. So to prevent us from making careless mistakes, we are just going to do smallest first. Okay, so I'm going to be using the condition smallest to create the numbers. Now if I look at these, oh, they're really nicely done. I'm going to put the smallest digit 4 into the thousands place, and I'm going to put the biggest number 9 into the ones place. Now I have arranged them from smallest digit to biggest digit, because to make the number as small as possible, I want to have less thousands, the least thousands that I can get. So now I have created the smallest number, 4,579. Now let's check, is this number even or odd? How do we check if a number is even or odd? We look at the ones place. Now in the ones place, we have the digit 9, and 9 is an odd number. That makes the whole number here 4,579. It makes the whole number odd. Okay, so this is actually the smallest odd number, but that was not what the question wanted. The question wanted the smallest even number. So now how do I change this smallest to be the smallest even? Now we're going to look at the place values starting from the ones, which is odd, 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 even. Now this is the first even digit I have got ever since I've come from the ones place. Now I want to put this even digit at the ones place. So I'm going to push it up. I'm going to slide all my digits down, and I'm going to put 4 at the ones place, in the ones place. Now this is the smallest even number. Now let me go back a bit before I did that. Now some of you would be very tempted to take the 4, the first even digit, and just swap it around. Now that would not be the smallest even. It would be even, but it will not be the smallest if you just swap the cards. Why? Because the next smallest digit is 5. And if I want to put 4 at the end, the next smallest will go into the thousands place to keep it still as the smallest. And I'm going to push all of them up and put the 4 at the end. This is how we make the smallest even 4-digit number. Now for the second question, we are going to use the same digits, But now instead of creating the smallest even, we want to use these same digits, these same 4 digits, to create the greatest odd number, 4-digit number. So there are 2 conditions. The first one is greatest, and the second condition is it also needs to be odd. So now we know we should not do 2 conditions together. So let's make it greatest first. Okay, how do we make the greatest number? To make it the greatest number, I want to have as many thousands as possible, because thousands is the biggest place value. I'm going to put 9 there, and I'm going to put the next biggest digit, and then 5, the next biggest digit, and the last digit, which is the smallest number. Now, this is 9,754, and that is the greatest 4-digit number I can make. Now, is this even or odd? This is even, because 4, which is even, is in the ones place. So this is the greatest even number. But our question wants us to find the greatest odd. So how can we make it odd? We're going to check. This is even. Let's move up another place value. Digit 5 is odd. That is the first odd number we have. So I'm going to push it up, and I'm going to slide 4 down, and I'm going to put 5 at the end. This would give me the greatest odd 4-digit number, 9,745. Now our next set of digits is 6038, and the question reads, create a 4-digit number using the digits 6, 0, 3, and 8 to form the smallest even number. There are 2 conditions, smaller and even, but we are only going to first do smallest. Now let's look at our digits. We are going to arrange them from the smallest to the biggest. 0, 3, 6, 8. Now if I put it like this with a 0 at the front, normally when we have a 0 at front, we will ignore, and because the number is just read as 368. So I cannot put a 0 in front if I want it to be a 4-digit number. Because when we write 368, we actually do leave out the 0, and this would not be a 4-digit number. It would be a 3-digit number. So I cannot put 0 right in front. So the next smallest would be there, 3,068. That would give us, fulfill our first condition, smallest. Now I want the smallest even number. Let's check if it is even. Yes, 8 is even. So 3,068 is the smallest even number. Now using these same digits, let's say we want now to use these same digits to create the greatest odd number. Now we have 2 conditions, greatest and odd, but let us work on one condition at a time. Let's do greatest. So if it's greatest, I'm going to put the biggest digit in front and arrange them from the biggest to the smallest, 4 digits. So now the greatest number that I can make with these digits is 8,630. Now is this even or odd? This is even because 0 is an even. Okay, so this is actually the greatest even number. But the question that we want is greatest and odd. So how do we change this to become greatest and odd? Let's check our digits. This is even. Next one is odd. So this is the first odd digit that we have. I'm going to move it up, slide down the ones, and put this odd digit 3 at the end. That would give me the greatest odd number, 4-digit number that I can make. Now sometimes we are given more than 4 digits. We are given 5 different digits but asked to create a 4-digit number. So this question reads, create the smallest 4-digit odd number with the digits 1, 9, 7, 2, and 4. So if I have 5 digits but I want to create a 4-digit number, I have to get rid of 1 card. Now, I have 2 conditions. First, I want the smallest and I want odd. I'm going to work on doing the smallest, making the smallest first, before I bring in my second condition of being odd. So now to get the smallest, I'm going to arrange my digits from the smallest to the biggest. So I have 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. Now I only want 4-digit number, so I'm going to get rid of that last one there because I want it to be as small as possible. I want to get rid of that biggest digit. And so my smallest number is 1247. Now, is this number odd? Yes, it is, because 7 is an odd number and 7 is in the ones place. So this is actually our smallest odd. We don't need to change anything. It is the smallest and it's also odd. Okay, now let's look at another question. Now we have these same 5 digits that I can choose from. Okay, but now the question changed to being to create the greatest 4-digit odd number. Okay, let's work on the greatest, creating the greatest number first. So with my digits, for greatest, I'm going to arrange them from the biggest to the smallest. Okay, I have 5 digits, but I only want a 4-digit number, so I'm going to get rid of the smallest digit there. Okay, and put them in place. So my greatest number that I can create is 9,742. Now, is this number even or odd? It is even, because 2 is even and 2 is in the ones place. Now my question wants it to be odd. Now how do I change this to be odd? Let's go. This is even. Next place value, even. 7 is the first odd number that I meet. So I need to put this 7 to the ones place. I'm not going to swap. I'm going to push it up, slide it down, and move 7 to the end. Now if I had swapped it, okay, it would not be the greatest odd. Yeah, it would have been odd, but it will not be greatest because 247 is less than 427. Yeah, so we do not swap cards. Remember, we move it up, slide it down, and move the 7 to the end. And this would give us the greatest odd 4-digit number.